Alright guys and gals, Crypto Kurt with another crypto video, and today what I'm going to do is do a follow-up on the Cardano ADA staking. As usual, I'm not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice, and this video should be used for research, education, and inspiration purposes only. Now, I did a couple videos in the past and actually butchered the pronunciation of some of these products, so my apologies in advance. And a lot of people also reached out to me and asked me to follow up when we got closer to the staking to keep everybody informed. And last week, Charles Hoskinson did a presentation in Bulgaria, for which I'm going to play a few minutes of that for you, just so you can get an idea of his thoughts on this testnet rollout and how it's going to work.
What's happened? Where are we at today? That's the past. Where are we at today? Well, 2 days ago, we launched the networked testnet. This is the second in 3 testnets that are required to launch Shelley. And the network testnet is basically all about allowing people to actually connect to each other, communicate with each other, and start registering stake pools, delegating the stake pools. So basically testing all the mechanics of Cardano. All these protocols we wrote, those 40 papers, all this code we wrote, all these ideas we have, it's functionally the synthesis of them. And it allows, in a real-life environment, for people to begin playing with it and letting us know what we got right and what we didn't get so right. After that's done, which shouldn't take too long, we anticipate in November, we're going to launch what's called the incentivized testnet. David will talk about that a little bit in his presentation. But basically, if you're going to decentralize the system and hand it over to people, you need to build up a critical mass of people who are capable of running the system. So there's 2 ways to do this. You can just fork the network and say, good luck everybody, bye-bye. Or you can go ahead and build a safe sandbox, pay people in that sandbox, allow businesses and knowledge and domain expertise to build up within it. And at some point, when you bubble over and get a critical threshold, you can pull it into the main system. And then that becomes Cardano's custodial set. So that's what we've decided to do. So come November, hopefully, but pretty good chance, we're going to go ahead and launch the incentivized testnet. And basically what we're going to do is take a snapshot of where we're at with Cardano, move it over, and if you have ADA at that period of time, you have ADA on this incentivized testnet. And it's just like Cardano. The only difference is, in that testnet, you can register a stake pool, you can delegate, you'll have all the interfaces for it, you can start actually staking. And the ADA that you earn there will be rolled over to the mainnet. It's almost this sidechain philosophy we have, right? And so that'll run for a little while, kind of like a replicant, and at some point a Blade Runner will show up and kill it. And then we'll just have the mainnet.
Okay, so let's break that down a little bit for you. So I found an article here. This is on Crypto Briefing, and it basically is talking about how the staking is going to work. So I'll just read this quickly. Unlike Ethereum, Cardano won't offer solo staking. Individuals must either run their own pool or join an existing pool. This will ensure that Cardano's validator network stays large, and if people could get rewards without operating a pool or delegating to one, then there might not be enough node operators to have a successful network. As you guys can tell, part of the goal is to actually build up the network of nodes before they actually go live on the main net. It goes on to say, finally, Cardano addresses support staking in a unique way. They have separate keys for spending and staking. This means that if you decide to stake your ADA tokens, they will never leave your wallet. Plus, Cardano doesn't require your tokens to be locked in for a term. You can unstake your tokens at any time, and this flexibility sets Cardano apart from many of its competitors. Cardano has a few ways to ensure that its pools don't accumulate too much centralized power. For one thing, Cardano's stake pools will offer lower rewards as they get larger. This will encourage users to move between pools on a regular basis, and this will in turn theoretically prevent any pool from gaining dominance. Meanwhile, a sorting tool will help users find the most profitable pools at any given time. Secondly, Cardano's staking pools will not lead to centralized governance. Stake pools don't vote. Only the Genesis key holders will be able to vote initially. And Cardano's staking FAQ, as Cardano's FAQ explains, this is explained more detail. In theory, this means that the community should have a fairly large say in the direction that Cardano development is taken. So what are these logistics of actually getting your staking going? So if you join a staking pool, you won't need a constant internet connection and you won't need to monitor your stake 24/7. However, if you decide to operate a staking pool, you will need constant internet connectivity. You also need various technical skills. Regardless of your choice, you won't need a powerful computer or ASIC device. Unlike mining, staking doesn't require a lot of power. Staking on Cardano doesn't require a minimum amount of wealth. If you join a pool, there'll be no minimum staking limit. Furthermore, if you decide to operate a pool, you can actually do so without owning any ADA at all. In this case, you would simply provide technical services. By comparison, Ethereum's mining staking limit will be 32 ETH. That said, its pools may offer lower limits. They're guessing the returns. Community predict that annual returns will be roughly 1 to 5%. In my previous video, we looked at 3.5%, and I've got another article which says somewhere between 3 and 12% as well. So nothing's been locked down yet. Right now, when can you expect staking? Right now, Cardano is in the first stage of its testnet phase, and in which nodes operate in isolation. Soon the testnet will move to the second stage, as Charles just mentioned, and connect those nodes together. In the third stage, the testnet will add incentives and delegation, though there won't be any real value at stake. Instead, testnet tokens without real value will be in use. And finally, Cardano will prevent centralization by asking exchanges to use enterprise addresses, special addresses that don't permit staking. In theory, exchanges could choose not to use those addresses, but IOHK believes that exchanges don't comply. Users would find out and move to more cooperative exchanges. So basically, there's a couple key points here, and I'm going to go to another article just to bring out these key points. Okay, any ADA holder is eligible to participate. The testnet is an actual blockchain, and the ADA staked on the incentivized testnet will be the actual cryptocurrency. The plan is to take a snapshot of the Cardano network in the coming months, and as they mentioned, they expect that snapshot to happen in November, with users holding ADA in either a Daedalus or a Yoroi wallet having their balances ported over onto the testnet. Once the snapshot has been taken, you'll be able to delegate tokens in the testnet, said Esser. Those holding ADA on an exchange or in a ledger wallet will not have their balances transferred onto the testnet, nor will users who buy ADA after the date of the snapshot. So that's really important, guys and gals. So if you think about it, once again, if you want to get involved with the staking, sometime in November, they're going to take a picture of the network, and you either need to have your tokens in your Daedalus wallet or in your Yoroi wallet to be able to take advantage of the staking. That means that once that starts, you also will not be able to add tokens to your staking. So the point with this is that if you want to get involved, and you can see here the normal, this is again the ADA product manager is this Esser guy. The normal annual return for staking programs ranges between 3 and 12%. Esser wouldn't pin an exact figure on how much holders could hope to earn in the incentivized testnet, but he did say it would be relatively competitive. Holders will not be able to buy tokens from the secondary market to use for staking, as well as sell any ADA earned back on exchanges. But the ADA that you'll earn during the testnet period will get rolled over into the main net. Although the amount in question is likely to be a fraction of ADA's current daily trading volume, Esser said they will port tokens over gradually and proportionally in order to prevent any major shocks to the market. Okay, so the long story short is, if you want to get involved with the staking and earn somewhere between 3 and 12% passive income on your ADA shares or your ADA tokens, you're going to want to make sure that A, you get the tokens into one of the two main wallets that are recognized. B, get them off the exchange, because if they're sitting on the exchange, they're not going to be they're not going to be in the snapshot, so you're not going to get the additional rewards by having it there. And then if you're keeping your tokens, your ADA on a ledger, you need to get them off the ledger and again into one of these two wallets that are going to be captured. It's very important if you want to actually take advantage of this. So once again, guys and gals, the staking or the snapshot's going to happen sometime in November. And the here it is here. Cardano users to be able to earn ADA from November, says Hoskinson. They're not giving us a date, but I would suggest that by November 1st, if you want to get involved with this, that you do get your tokens into one of the two main wallets. I set up the Yoroi wallet on my phone last night. It was pretty easy. The Daedalus wallet, you have to download the entire blockchain. So again, that can take a little bit of time. I've gotten various pieces of feedback from people. Depends on your internet connection and your computer and all that good stuff. So if you want a light version, again, you can get the wallet for your phone. If you want the full version, you'll be able to put that onto a PC. And I don't know, I believe, as I understand, that both are going to offer the staking staking, both from the wallet and from the PC. I will say I have the lion's share of my tokens on my PC. I have a few that I carry around in my wallet just to be able to transfer or buy stuff. And yes, they have added a couple of locations that are actually accepting ADA tokens now. Again, that's a different topic, but you can do some research on that if you're interested. So once again, ADA should start staking in November, theoretically. Of course, this project is notorious for postponements, but that's okay. I believe in the project long term. I think it's going to be one of the most powerful blockchains on the planet. And I'm excited to be part of it and excited to be in on it early. So once again, guys, if you want to get involved with the ADA tokens and the staking, you need to get your tokens off the exchanges and into one of the two approved wallets, and do it by November 1st, because you never know when that snapshot's going to happen. All right, that's it. Crypto Kurt out.